some tips from Cyberbells, with cybersecurity tips. So don't go, just stick around and listen to tips for the day. And today we are talking about always check the sender's email address. Always check the sender's email address. The bad guys have come to that realization that people normally focuses on the first part of email addresses. So because they've been receiving email addresses from this particular sender, or from their bosses, or from their work colleagues, and they know the first part of the email address, they don't go further to look at the other side of the email addresses. And email addresses are divided into three main parts: the username part, which is the beginning part of the email address; the @, which is the kind of separator between the username and then the last part, which is the domain name. So the @ serves as a separator between the first part, which is the username, and then the last part, which is the domain. Now, the hackers or the bad guys have realized that most unsuspecting users focuses on the first part of the email address, which is the username. So they now do this: they go behind, and then at the domain side, they are able to alter that domain side for you, the unsuspecting online user. So let's take these examples, and then you see that when they are sending these email addresses, for example, they're going to send an email address which you will really know of. So they give you that email address that you are comfortable using most often, and then you don't really look at the real domain name, which is at the end of the address, and then based on that, you feel that this is the email address that has been sending you emails. So for example, they're going to send you an email like this: benjamin@cyberbells.com. This is the original email. This is the right email address that you use always. This is the email address. But because most often we don't really look or pay close attention to the other part of the email address, they are able to tweak it, so you don't really see what they intend sending you. And that is how they send to you phishing email addresses. So this is what they will do: they will just alter this email address. So Benjamin@cyberbells, but this time it's not Cyberbells with one S, but it's Cyberbells with double S. Now they are able to take your mind off this because you always focuses on the first part of the email address, which is Benjamin. But this time they've come in and then they've changed the domain name for you. They've added another S, making it double S, but you don't really focus on that, and then they send it to you. So the moment you see this string of email address, you think that it's from the original person who sends you with this email address, and then they are able to send you phishing links where you click on, or send you some attachments, which when you download onto your device, they are able to have access to your personal information, and then they steal it, or they alter it, or they use it to impersonate you for their own gain. So next time you receive an email, make sure you look not only at the username part of the email address, but also you look at the domain name side of the email address to check if it is really coming from the real sender of that, or the real owner of that email address. Thank you so much.